Hi, this is Joe again with another review. For this video, we're going to be discussing the 1948 classic Easter Parade, starring Judy Garland, Fred Astaire, Ann Miller, and Peter Lawford. Of course, I'm about 2 months late for doing this review, but I'm actually 10 months early for next Easter. So since the holidays are being rushed early in the stores, maybe not this year because of the stupid virus, but for to do the movie Easter Parade, which I had my DVR for 2 months and finally got around to watch it. And it stars, first there's a Broadway star who was working with Ann Miller originally as a dance team, and Ann Miller decides she got tired of doing the act and she wanted to do her own solo act. So she decides to leave, and this happens very early on in the film. So she decides to leave Fred Astaire behind and go on her own. And so, which she does. So Fred Astaire is now stuck, and said, "Okay, I need a new dance partner." And he goes to a local club, a restaurant, and he sees Judy Garland perform. And instantly says, "I could make any girl here into the next door." And he picks Judy Garland. Who wouldn't, right? So he decides. So first he decides, okay, we're gonna make her the new Ann Miller. Of course, they're use the name. So they're gonna make this girl to where my old partner was. And Judy Garland's character had a real hard time doing the dance stuff because he never had to do those type of dance numbers. He gets nervous, he gets upset, and so eventually, Fred Astaire decides to realize that he's trying to make this girl look like his old dance partner. So he says, "Okay, let's do a whole thing and forget. Let's just do a whole thing. Come up with something creative, and that's how we're going to do it. Do an act. That's how we get rid of what we're doing and doing something that we create ourselves, that we were able to do with our own skills." And Judy Garland says, "Was up for that idea," and so they do that, and they were starting to become successful at it. Because it's a new, different act they were doing than what they were doing before. So Ann Miller says was doing pretty well on her own, and she has his maid who was spying on what Fred Astaire is doing, and Ann Miller's getting jealous because now he's becoming successful with his new girl and his new dance partner, and she's is pretty much treading water. So what she's trying to do is trying to get her own partner back with her, and she does this whole dance scene with them. And you're with Fred Astaire and Ann Miller. Let's go. There's two classically trained dancers. Of course, it's not Ginger Rogers, but who is? But Ann Miller could be just as good as Ginger Rogers is as a dancer, perhaps even better. And so Judy Garland, of course, gets jealous, and Fred Astaire realizes that he doesn't love Ann Miller anymore. First, it was because that he loved her before, and now he realizes that he doesn't love her anymore, but now or never loved Ann Miller's character, just loves the on-screen chemistry more than the off-screen chemistry, or off-stage. I should say off-stage chemistry, because they always perform on stage. So he realizes that he loves Judy Garland, and of course, that's what happens. I mean, I felt like it was a bit forced. I just didn't buy the chemistry between Fred Astaire and Judy Garland in this film. I buy the Ann Miller Fred Astaire performance because Judy Garland is not really a dancer. I mean, once in a while she'll do a dance sequence in her movies, but she's not Judy Garland. I mean, I am a fan of Judy Garland's, but she's not a dancer. She's a singer, not a more of a singer than a dancer. And so because she never really, I don't think she really had the proper training like Ann Miller had or Ginger Rogers had, as a dancer. So anyway, they do fall in love, and they have the big song at the end of the movie about the Easter parade. You put on Easter bonnets with all your frills upon it. And I should mention that all the songs from this movie were written by Irving Berlin. Thumbs down for Irving Berlin, because he is what we would call a self-hating Jew, right? Because he was Jewish, but he made two of his biggest songs were not Jewish songs, because by the time he was writing these songs, I have to be admit, was the anti-Semitism now just as well as then, but it was worse then than it is now. So he decides to make songs that for American audiences. He wrote his two biggest songs are called Easter Parade and of course White Christmas, which is the most famous Christmas. And I think now, under the circumstances of what's going on in Minnesota, I think it's going to be titled Black Christmas. But that was a lousy slasher film in 1974, Black Christmas, which I previously reviewed, by the way. But regardless, those are the two songs. And not only that, but he used to celebrate those two holidays. So to me, he's not a Jew. He may be Jewish by name, but he's not Jewish by religion purposes, because he wrote these two songs. And he also wrote that god-awful song, God Bless America. God hates America, okay? Especially what's going on now. But I'm not going to get into a political thing here, with Irving Berlin, but these songs are I'm not saying they aren't terrible, but it should have been written by somebody who wasn't Jewish. That's my opinion. Why does a Jew had to write a song about Easter and Christmas? Why couldn't it be somebody else who wasn't Jewish who could relate to those holidays? I don't get it. But anyway, he wrote all the songs in the Easter Parade, and of course became a holiday classic. The song is a holiday classic. The movie gets played all the time, either on TCM or one of the low-end channels where it plays all movies. Plays Easter Parade, because if they don't play Easter Parade or some Bible movie on Easter, I like to see him play the Da Vinci Code on Easter or Christmas. I like to see him play those movies. The hell with Easter Parade. I like to see him put on the Da Vinci Code instead. That is a real story right there. But Easter Parade is like a stereotypical. It is a stereotypical MGM movie musical at the time. And the guy gets the girl at the end of the movie, and that's about it. I mean, it's not. I mean, the only thing that's good about this, the plot is like a stereotypical plot, but the songs are what make the movie work, and the dance sequences are what makes this movie work. And that's it. I mean, if you just go by to watch the movie for the plot, there's hardly any plot in this movie. There's the dance sequences, the songs in the film, and that because they built the whole story around Irving Berlin's song. And if you build a movie on Irving Berlin's songs, you forget the plot. And I felt that way with Easter Parade. I like Fred Astaire, I like Ann Miller, I like Julie Garland in this film, but I just didn't feel the chemistry between Julie Garland and Fred Astaire. Just don't. But that's how they decided to make this film. So that's a review of the movie Easter Parade. Please click on the video, please rate it. Feel free to subscribe to my channel, and please forward this video onto your Facebook pages. You can check out all my reviews and on my YouTube channel at RowdyC.com, that's all WDY, and at C.com, that's our homepage of Rowdy Reviewer. Chris Lee Moore, please check out all of his videos on his website. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time.